The opinions in this podcast are solely those of the creators and do not reflect the opinions of the filmmakers involved. If you are of legal drinking age, feel free to have a drink with us, but please do drink responsibly. You're listening to Cole-astic Cinema.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I'd like to take his face off.
With your host, Fabian Salazar.
I'm pissed off. Let's watch some fucking Hellraiser.
And Cole Butterfield.
Like, clearly, like, on this motherfucker's face, them is nails. I've done quilting. I was Mormon. I've made a quilt. There's a difference between pins and nails, baby.
Where we talk about movies, most of the time.
Yeah.
He's like Goebbels, but with less pussy.
So come along for a ride and have fun.
Because you're cool.
I don't get it. Oh, yeah. Well.
I mean, one ear.
Yeah.
I feel like I shouldn't even pick up the goddamn thing. It's a very sensitive boy. I spent a lot of money on this microphone, and
It fucking shows, bro.
it's nice.
Yeah.
Dude.
I wish I could hear it, like, through those headphones, because mine are busted for whatever reason. Probably the drive over here.
Yeah.
But hang on, I gotta find the... There's like two sides to my microphone.
Yep.
There's a warm side and a light side. Yeah, there it is.
Mine also has that.
There we go.
But they're... Ooh, that's much warmer. I like that.
Huh?
The pendant side.
All right.
I like that.
So Cole, have you ever had Arnie Palmies?
Have I ever had Arnie Palmies?
An Arnie Palmy?
Not they actually brand named one, no. But I've made Arnie Palmies because I worked at, at McCool's in the foothills. Got a lot of hoity-toity white folk coming in asking for, vodka, lemonade, and iced tea.
Ah.
So I've had them in that way because you got to do quality checks because that's how much I care. Is I will take several straws out of your cocktail first.
Well,
to make
these
sure
are
it tastes good.
These are really good.
Wait, no, this is. I think we did this last time, or not last time because last time was awful and terrible.
Yeah.
But I think for Vodka 3 we did some Arnie Palmies and it was a good way to start.
Right.
Or no, when we did some Mike's Hards and that was a terrible one. Nope, that was one before.
That was Guardians.
that was
That was
Vodka.
when we did
Not
the
Arnie Palmies.
fruity drink,
Yeah.
fruity spacey drinks.
Fruity spacey drinks.
Oh, by the way, we do Cometown openings, so we've been recording. Welcome to Cole-astic Cinema.
Oh yeah! All right.
And
Middle of fucking dialogue.
middle of dialogue, we're entering, and what are we watching today, Cole?
We have a full blown name for what's about to happen.
And this is the Hellraiser Halloween Havoc Hullabaloo Holy Hell Harryhausen, sponsored by Hopkins and brought to you by the Lament Configuration Conglomeration Domination Corporation. If you didn't catch that, we are doing a Hellraiser Marathon today, and we have a special guest star who is a Hellraiser aficionado. Welcome, KG.
Hey, I don't know if I'm an aficionado. I'm just probably autistic.
Yeah, there's a fine line between aficionado and autism.
Yeah. I mean, where is the line? You tell me. I couldn't tell you.
Tell us in the comments.
Tell us in the comments where the line is. Wait, stop. Cheers.
Cheers.
Salute.
We have our blast off drinks, and we are getting ready. So, we are starting with the first Hellraiser. It was made in 1987. It was filmed in London. It was made for £1 million and made back $14 million, or I think the conversion, Cole, you did it's like
20 million,
yeah.
like 20 million pounds. Yeah,
20 million pounds or whatever. It stars Doug Bradley, Ashley Lawrence, and Julia. She's. If you've seen Hellraiser, you know. If you haven't, Julia's the worst.
I don't have my fucking notebook on me, but I was curious about who was in. Whoa. Ooh.
I'm sorry. I thought I was fixing it, and I made it way worse.
I'm gonna have to turn
hello there.
You're clipping hard. Ooh. All right.
I'm switching settings because I thought I could make it better. I thought I was too high.
Yeah.
And then I made myself so much louder. Which nobody needs. I'm holding this mic a child's distance away from my face.
Yeah.
This is true.
And I'm used to not doing that.
I usually have to hold my mic all the way up here.
But when we get watching movies, like right about here is where I'm going to...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, it was directed by Clive Barker, written by Clive Barker. One of the best horror movie and horror in general books, TV, video games, writers in the business.
Video games.
Yeah, he has his video game, Clive Barker's Jericho.
That's right, huh?
Yeah. So he also wrote Candyman and Nightbreed. He's one of my favorites and one of Kyle's favorites. Words of wisdom.
Slow burn, first couple of movies. I love a good slow burn. I love a good psychological thriller. Yeah.
Slow burn.
I feel like I'm real loud.
No, you're fine.
You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm way away from my face, and I feel like I'm real loud. I just really like this microphone. It's my microphone, and that means a lot to me.
No, if anything, you're a little bit quiet. I'm watching your levels. I'm trying to see, I was telling you earlier. With
I probably do one of these most consistently, especially after I've been drinking. Is that loud?
No, that's quiet as hell. That's quieter.
The N-word.
That's actually sitting where you want to be.
Okay, so I can just do this. I can hold it like this, the way that I want to hold it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually
okay. That's nice.
That's
That's
actually
nice.
perfect.
Yeah.
I like the way this microphone sounds. I paid just enough money to never let it go.
Yeah. You want to know how much I paid for this one?
$0.00.
It was free. It was
Yeah,
free because
nice.
I got it off a fire job.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah. No, this movie's great. It's the practical effects are like for its time, I think second to few.
Yeah.
Maybe second to none. Like, you know more about film than I do. I'm a pretty casual observer. Like, I'm a guy who just likes movies, I guess, you know? But it's a fun movie. It's a real slow burn, and people ditch this movie a lot because of, like, it takes an hour, I think, before you see who ends up being the main character.
Right.
But the fun part about that is that guy was never meant to be the main character.
Yes, and I was reading on some of that, like pretty much how Pinhead became, like he wasn't supposed to be, especially when it comes to the actual novel it was based on. He was like a secondary or tertiary character
Yep.
in the entire thing. But then because, I think it's mostly because of how like the prosthetics and everything worked out to where the actual main characters couldn't actually say or see shit. So they just kind of had to give it to him, and he just ended up fucking owning it so goddamn hard that
Yeah.
he just turned the whole thing around.
Like Doug Bradley's performance just stole the fucking show.
Well, Doug Bradley was initially a Broadway performer.
I was reading that too,
Clive
yeah.
Barker had to basically bully him into doing nothing in terms of like body movements and
Yeah.
overacting the way that.
Oh yeah, no. Come from a guy who was a theater student, like yeah, no. As soon as I read that, like an immediate
Yeah.
smile on my face, like no, dude, you don't got to play to the back of the house, man. You got to tone it down, pull it back, like you
Yep.
got to be like. And also, I guess the restrictedness of the costume itself really lended to that, so he was able to like had to be more subtle with it, and that just. All right, so the previous movie that we watched, I'm not excited. I'm kind of excited to watch this, but also still on the fence, just because. I don't watch fucking horror movies, man. Like I'm a fucking as a child, I'm a coward. All right, like the scariest movies. I think the scariest movie I saw that terrified me was like Signs.
Yeah, dude, that was the scariest fucking movie, dude. So the funny thing about this movie is it was one of the first horror movies I ever saw, because it scared the fuck out of my late father, who like couldn't get past how scary it was, and I remember it was on TV one night. So I had the first time I watched this movie was with commercial breaks.
Oh God.
Yeah, and it's like watching it as many times as I've watched it. Like, that's a tough watch. Like, with commercial breaks, it really makes it way less tense. I think it's less of a horror movie than it is you're watching a candle burn, and then there's a firecracker at the end, I think.
I like that.
Firecracker's a strong term, I guess, but like, it's a slow burn to a big payoff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And going back, yeah, we know that feel. When we watched Mandy, we watched it with commercial breaks, and it just killed the momentum
Really,
every
really
single
did.
time. It was always at the height of whatever was going on in the scene, and just killed it dead. So we laid into that streaming service pretty hard.
So, follow-up question.
Yeah.
In that vein, I think all the movies are on the streaming service we're about to watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And you've been nice enough to pay for the premium version of those.
Yes. And,
Thank you.
So would you say Hellraiser's not, because this is kind of how I feel. It's never been about the Cenobites. It's not about the Cenobites.
No, it's not. but the makeup was so good that it suddenly became about them.
Yeah.
I think.
And like even like watching, I think that's where they kind of strayed off when they started focusing on that instead of the people that find the puzzle blocks. Why the story's always about them, why they're so fucked up and the shit they've done in their lives. It's never been about Pinhead. It's never been about any of that.
Yeah, well, here's the fun thing that I've noticed recently, because I watch every one of these movies every year. I'm doing it less this year because I have less time, but I'm still going to do it. I watch every one of these movies every year.
I'm just glad we get to record it this time.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, like, you get to watch the writing progress throughout several decades, and it's really interesting to me because back in the 80s, like, the fact of the matter is, I hate saying that. I fucking hate that. God, I wish we could cut it, but I said it. But back in the 80s, like, we had more time.
Yeah.
We had way more time to sit down and watch a movie. And you could make a real psychological thriller that burnt real slowly.
Fabe and I talked about that for the Exorcist episode, pretty much kind of how, like, your little, like, you need, like, now instant gratification with how movies and television and everything's done right now, whereas back in the day, you can get away with the slow burn because you've got all the fucking time in the goddamn world.
Exactly.
Because nothing was happening in the 70s, nothing happened in the 80s.
Nothing happened in the 70s,
Well, it's like, also, at the risk of sounding like a fucking boomer, like, we didn't have as many screens with as many immediately gratifying scenes as we do now. And so to sit down and watch a movie was kind of a different thing. And so to sit down and watch a slow burn, people interact with each other that was problematic, and then suddenly you understand why it's such a fucking problem, was different than now. Like, how long is the first movie? I think it's only like 90 minutes.
Like 90
I feel like
minutes.
it's a tight 90.
Yeah.
But, like, you go most of the movie without seeing a single pin. You see somebody get cut. You see, and then slowly somebody starts bashing a hammer into somebody else's head. But, like, you don't realize that it's that aggressive.
Yeah.
And it's a different way. I think it's a different way of making movies. And maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong a lot, and I'm not afraid to admit it.
You're good on this. Another thing, people weren't privy. Is that they didn't know about S&M culture or anything before this movie, and
that's right.
That really brought that culture out, and people were like, "Yeah, no, this exists. We're here," and that was a good point. Not my original take, but it's one I've heard before. Yeah, and then
this movie was made back when leather was like a badass thing to wear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they spent a lot of money on leather in this movie.
And KY jelly.
Yeah, the KY jelly budget certainly outweighed the leather budget.
Yeah, that was funny.
But I mean, the practical effects, and again, I'm not a movie guy. I think maybe kind of I am, but, like, man, the practical effects are very fun.
They're pretty ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Like, for 87, that's... Like, you see, like, 87 horror movies, and it's like, oh, it's all goofy and like...
campy.
Haha, like, you see... But this movie is like, holy shit. Is that what a person looks like skinned?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's good.
Yeah, it's a clinic in somebody who gives a shit, like, who's willing to... I'm sorry, we can't...
It's that's okay, because long-time listeners know, hear the sound of dogs barking, that's a shot.
That is shot. Probably number 2. We haven't been keeping track so far, but yeah,
that's shot number 3 if you're not keeping track.
That's shot number 3 if you're not keeping track. Where are we sitting? All right, we're sitting at 15. We are about to go watch the first Hellraiser movie. We will come back with our notes and tell you what we think, and then we will prep for Hellraiser 2 Hellbound. This has been the first in a long marathon for Cole-astic Cinema. Stick with us for a good time with our guest star KG, and we'll
One more time, can we get the name of this entire shenanigans? Just one more time.
just one more time.
Just no, off the dome. Don't pull it up. Just off the
It's
dome.
too late. I already got it up. All right, and this is the Hellraiser Halloween Havoc Hullabaloo Holy Hell Harryhausen, sponsored by Hopkins and brought to you by the Lament Configuration Conglomeration Domination Corporation. And we will see you for Hellraiser 2 Hellbound.
Cheers.
Cue the ads!
First of all, another cheers for us.
Oh,
boys.
for sure. This week.
Thank you for including me.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Thanks for going along.
This week, I tried the Deseret Dunkel. It is a Dunkel, and it's very tasty. I honestly don't know anything about it, but it tasted good, and props to Hopkins. Cole, what did you drink?
I had one of my all-time favorite beers that Matthew Yeager makes, and that is the Hunter Kolsch. This is just a delightful German-style beer that is scary easy to drink, and it's just a really good time. There's a reason he brings it back. It's a classic, and please, if you guys have a chance, try it out. I've had a protein shake. That's bad.
I had pre-workout.
I was going to have some of the vegetarian buffalo wings, but I ate all those last night like an asshole. Because that's what I do now. I've actually something I noticed, like on my days off, what I'll do is I'll take a micro amount of mushrooms, then I'll walk over to Target, get myself some like vegan chicken nuggets and some beer, and play some fucking video games.
Sounds like a fucking dream. So, we just got done watching
Hellraiser.
It's just as good as I remember it, which is 9 out of 10 for me.
I'll be surprised. I actually thoroughly enjoyed this. This was really
I told you you would.
This is really, really good. This is really, really good. No, like I was ambivalent. I was on the fence, mostly just because a lot of my background and being told about things I should be worried about. And I'm like, you shouldn't watch that. Like going, this was a fine movie. This was really, really, it was well acted, well done. First thing I noticed is the introduction credit for Ashley Lawrence. It's like somebody's like, hey, we have some faith in this chick.
Yeah.
Introducing.
Yeah, Ashley Lawrence is...
She did amazing.
She crushed it.
Holy shit.
And she comes back for the second movie.
Yeah.
The fifth movie. No, the sixth movie. And she kind of wanted to walk away.
Yeah.
And branch out, but her fans loved her and everything. And now she fully embraces a lot like Linda Blair in that aspect. Now she fully embraces it, and she does paintings, and they're really, really fucking cool. I might have to buy one.
Oh, goddamn.
I encourage you to go check out Ashley Lawrence's paintings. They're very if you're into the horror side, they are kind of dark and like creepy and stuff, but they're really, really good. So go check those out.
Well, hell yeah, dude. That's awesome to fucking hear, especially because she embraced the fandom, which makes a lot of sense. Oh man, she did a great job. I didn't it didn't start off like with her kind of being like the final girl main character. Like it was kind of misleading.
No, she didn't even get introduced until like 20 minutes into the movie.
And even then she's like barely there for a while, and then starts getting close to the end. So then it's like Kirsty.
This movie isn't like a straight slasher movie, and I wouldn't even argue the first one is a slasher movie. Like it's so different compared to like say like Freddy and Jason but everybody always ropes Pinhead into that ring, but
well, it's just because of the time that he came out. But I would not put him in the same ring as like Mike Myers or any definitely an 80s horror icon for sure, but not with like in the same vein that those guys are. And I do remember reading that's something they kind of fought for, is they wanted him to be like cracking more jokes like Freddy, or just be pure silent like Jason or Myers.
They tried to make him more of like, we got to have a horror icon for this series, and that's not what Hellraiser is.
Yeah, no, which what Clive Barker said is like he doesn't find stupidity scary. What he finds is intelligence scary, and that's something that guy very like kind of just portrays just knowledge of what's going on. So he's like very intelligent, 3 steps ahead of you, which is terrifying.
But as like a first time watch for this movie, was it anything that you expected?
No, I was expecting just to be like biting my knees, cowering in a corner, like, oh my god, this is so intense. When it's like KG was saying, it's like cerebral. It's a slow burn in the best way. to where
Yeah.
he like builds it up, works it up, kind of like it really makes you like, oh man.
And it's so different from, like, again, I wouldn't put it in the slasher category, but it always gets slotted into the slasher
It's
category.
not a slasher movie at all. I mean, like fucking Pinhead's barely there. He's like got like what 30 minutes of screen time.
No, he's got like maybe 10 minutes of screen time.
Yeah,
If that.
If that, he's barely there, but it's just such a commanding fucking presence. It's really, really well done. And then, oh man, this was actually this was a really good movie. I was a little on the fence. I'll admit I was on the fence, but this was really, really well done.
Yeah, and it's
and a lot of fun.
it is fun, and like the characters. Fucking Julia.
Julia, oh
I mean,
my
she's
God.
She's not even like half as bad as she gets. Like she comes back for the sequel.
Oh, from what I've read, like Julia is supposed to be like she's supposed to be the big bad, but then Pinhead ended up kind of just taking over. From
I
what
think I want to say, and KG's not here at the moment, but we'll have to cross-reference. We'll have to cross-reference with him, but I'm pretty sure the first movie and the second movie are both together. The book, The Hellbound Heart.
Yes, which I did read the entire plot of and the synopsis of. So it's fun coming into that. Like, hey, I kind of know the bare minimum of the book, and that's interesting. I mean, I think I like the way they go with the movie more than the book. I think it adds a bit more as opposed to just like rivaling like lovers and things like that. Where like, hey, I fucked your brother. Well, hey, this is somebody I used to be in love with.
Both written by Clive Barker.
Both written by Clive Barker, which is super awesome. It's awesome that a writer actually gets a chance to adequately direct something that's based on his vision instead of putting it in the hands of somebody else.
Yeah,
like which is what he wanted, which is why he took over for this. I think he had like 2 movies at the time that were adapted from his works that he really wasn't a big fan of. And so he's just like, no, fuck it, let me do it. And he's only like filmed like 2 minor things before that,
right?
Like short films.
Yeah,
which is just insane that he just does that.
It gets his fucking buddy Doug Bradley to come in. Like, hey Doug.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of buddies coming in.
Hey Doug.
He's got pretty much all the Cenobites are all of his fucking goddamn friends. It's like, hey buddy, let me just like sit you down for 4 to 6 hours in makeup, which will take about 45 minutes to an hour and a half to take off after we're done with the full damn goddamn filming. You won't be able to sit. You won't be able to see anything. You won't be able to find your goddamn marks. You have to worry about tripping over everything. Mm-hmm. But hey, bud, what do you think? Like, we're getting £1 million for this.
Also, fun fact: the dad, Kirsty's dad, Frank's brother,
Larry.
Yeah, Lawrence. Anyway, Larry played the psycho killer in Dirty Harry.
Oh.
Yeah, and to make things even crazier, the line when he's all chained up and ready, like he's all stretched out and everything, and he says Jesus wept. That was improvised.
Yeah, I think I was reading. It's supposed to be the scripted line was "fuck you," and he just improvised with Jesus wept, and like, oh,
yeah, that's infinitely more like, let's
go. It's like, oh god, man.
Iconic,
dude.
One of the most iconic lines in all of horror. And it was improvised. And I want to get a T-shirt. Like I saw recently T-shirts with him all stretched out. It says God. Jesus wept underneath it.
Oh Jesus!
I want one so bad. But yeah, it's a really, really fun movie. And if you haven't seen it, I encourage you to go watch it. It is a horror.
So some background noise from the hosts of the house. Longtime listeners know that's a shot.
That is a shot. It's a horror staple for any horror aficionado. That is a must watch. And the second one, I'll agree. The second one is too. The second one is just as important as the first one.
Well, from what I saw, like on IMDb and shit like that, like the first 2 are like the highest rated before we get to the remake, and then after that, it just seems to be like a strong decline.
Well, there's no remakes.
Oh, is the one that just came out last year?
It's not a remake.
Is it a continuation?
Yes and no. It's a reboot because it's hard to explain because Pinhead is they're kind of, and I say they're kind of like an idea and the personification of
Batman is just a mask. Pinhead is just a mask. It's a symbol. Anybody could be Pinhead.
There it is.
Anybody. If you want to be Pinhead, if you want to walk around with some shit poking out of your face, it takes about 4 hours to get into.
Your Batman is way too close to Donald Trump.
No, see, there's a huge difference right there. When it comes to Pinhead, when it comes to Batman and Donald Trump, there's a huge difference. Everybody going on the tangents right there, right there. It's completely different because this one's more Pete Holmes, Batman, and this one's Donald Trump, and they're quite close. Quite close. Not that close. I was talking to the man the other day, large man, bald man, beautiful big man, never cried a day in his life. Came to the other day, said, Cole,
Your cadence is exactly the same, though. That's what throws me.
Impersonation, and it just triggers it just triggers all the leftists, and yet I think, oh, that's great. Nothing better than triggering. And triggering is weird. Triggering is weird. Some people get triggered, but they want gun control, and we're just like, well, where do we control? Triggers or guns?
All right, we're derailing too. But what else do you got in your notes?
Sorry, got me started on a Donald Trump impression, and I kind of just go.
What else do you got?
It's dark, and I go down a hole. I'm sorry.
I know. What else do you got in your notes?
First of all, just how the movie starts, I was incredibly disgusted because it's just like close-ups on hands, and they're like dirty, disgusting fucking hands.
Oh yeah, Frank's fingernails.
Yeah, just all it's like, ugh, it's fucking disgusting. It's like It's like I think that was probably the most uncomfortable thing in the entire movie for me. And there's like legit people getting hooks torn to their flesh. I'm like, yeah, but those fingernails though.
Oh, and Julia's nipples are a close second.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say the naked lady from The Shining, but yeah, probably Julia's nipples are a close second.
You can see her bush through her negligee.
Yeah. Oh, what a time. What a time.
It was 87. People had started shaving by then.
Some people are old-fashioned. Some people, like going down on a bush, apparently. Like trying to, bushwhack their way through it. Trying to find the way through it.
I guess you
And
could.
here we are.
Oh, there he is. I guess you could go down. Like, I don't have a problem with it, but it's not what I prefer. I
don't give a shit. I'm just glad somebody's willing to let me go down on them and have sex with me.
That's honestly, that's very fair.
It's like, oh,
very
me?
fair.
Me? Oh, okay. Yes. Want to suck on your toes? Not my thing. I'll fucking do it.
It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you.
That's
all
right.
right. What else you got in your notes?
First of all, a quote that I read during the trivia when they're trying to pitch different names for the movie, and it now seems very appropriate, as a 6-year-old production staff member said, "What a woman would do for a good fuck."
That's
honestly, that's the title of the movie.
That's pretty good.
Pretty much, that's just like that's the movie broken down right there.
That is Hellraiser in a nutshell. Yeah,
just what a woman will do for a good fuck.
Not that one. It's
which I just loved reading that and then seeing it. I'm like, oh yeah, no, like let's just. Man, Frank's got such good D.
Apparently, his dick is so good that she's willing to kill people.
Multiple people
he comes back
willing to sacrifice
from the grave.
her husband, her daughter.
Get ready for a pop.
There was no pop.
Hold on.
Yet. Hang on. Oh, there it was.
There we go.
Got it. Yeah. Apparently, his dick was so good that she wanted him from beyond the grave and was willing to kill people for him to come back.
As he's all a creepy mass of just fucking flesh. He was like, yeah, no, but I remember that dick, though.
That dick was so good. I remember it.
Cheating on my husband.
I remember cheating on my husband with his brother. Oh, God, he's got that good D. Who got that good D? I got that good D.
No, that's right.
And they did this back in the day before step.
He was step-sibling porn and all that, yeah. So, like...
oh my god, his decanter if I'm using
decanter?
His decanter?
His decanter?
You think he keeps his whiskey in?
Oh, yes. That's a decanter?
That's a decanter.
Is it? Oh, okay. Well, I used that word wrong.
They've been trying to act like he knows words.
I'm trying his canter, I guess. It's not
Candor.
Candor.
Candor?
Candor. Candor.
Not canter?
Candor.
Clamder.
Clamder. Well,
it's not canter.
Clammed him.
I hate having cans on.
His fucking demeanor.
Yeah, there you go, bud. Let's go. Yeah.
His demeanor around Kirsty and like his whole I've done everything, I've seen everything.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, you can't help but think like he's already delved into the incest and everything. If he's gone so far that he needs to find this puzzle box to find something new to excite him.
So my big question is for you,
yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Was it clear by the actor's behavior when he was a different dude? Does that make sense?
Yes.
When Frank became...
Yeah, when Frank was wearing the skin of Larry. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Which was really, really, really well done, because there's definitely a switch over there. Like, you could definitely tell where he's kind of trying to channel more of the actual Frank actor himself.
Yeah.
Plus, not to mention just all the fucking blood and
like
cauliflower
you could see the
ear.
blood around his
around
his hairline.
Yeah, it's one of those weird
The blood and the KY jelly.
Jelly. It's one of those weird things where you're like, oh, this is clearly a skin suit.
Yeah.
But apparently Kirsty couldn't tell.
I mean, it was the 80s. What was going on in the 80s? People weren't wearing skin suits back in the day. This is pre-Hannibal
He's
Lecter.
married to Julia, so she probably gave him some credit.
Yeah.
Well, here's the fucked up part. Like, I've watched this movie probably 100 times.
Yes.
And the first, 10, it's a slow burn until it's not.
Oh, yeah.
And, the first handful of times I watched this movie, I didn't necessarily get that Frank had been wearing Dad's skin.
Oh, yeah, no. I picked up on that pretty quick.
Oh, yeah, you're smarter than me.
Also, I read the synopsis for the book.
Oh.
Well, also you're an adult,
have the book.
and the
Also, I'm an adult. Also,
Yeah.
I'm a 30-plus-year-old man.
The first 10 times you watched it, you were probably 12 or 13.
I saw that movie the first time when I was 8 years old.
My God, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, that
So does
explains
it make
so much.
more sense now that I have so much of an attachment to all these movies,
Yes.
even though most of them they're kind of dog shit?
Dude, that's why I have an attachment to Japanese horror as much as I do. I watched The Ring when it fucking came out
Ringu.
on DVD.
No shit. Dude,
I was in kindergarten. No,
do you
I
know what
was
really
6.
fucked me up?
Yeah.
A Japanese movie that really fucked me up when I was a kid, but I love?
Yeah.
My Neighbor Totoro.
Really?
Yeah,
Right.
the
fucked you
fucking dust mites scared the
Ooh, fair
shit
enough.
out of me.
Well, speaking of Japanese things that freaked me out, Spirited Away, no face.
There is a moment that I'm dying, I want to know when you think you hear the moment. There's a moment in the next movie
Okay.
that we're about to watch that I want to be my ringtone and my text tone. And I can't isolate it. There's no isolating it. There's too much. There are too many tracks on it. I know what it is.
I got you.
because I've told you 100 times.
I got you. I'll make it for you. I'll send you an MP4.
Give you a hint. That scene, the hand.
Yeah.
So we watched Hellraiser. They finally killed that cunt Julia.
No, they didn't.
Dude, thanks.
No,
I know she's
he
coming
already
back.
knows.
I know.
Yeah,
I
you
did
know
the
he's coming-
research.
yeah.
We already talked about how
I know.
the first two
coming
movies. The first two movies are the book.
Yeah, they're the book.
Yeah.
How fucking... So
Julia's so much worse in the
she's
second
the
movie.
least likable human being I've ever...
Oh, yeah, I've got no sympathy. Okay, I did have a small amount of sympathy for a second when he was trying to kill Larry at first. And she's like, oh, no, please, I can't stand it. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe. And no.
She did do a good job at the very first kill, not being sure whether or not she wanted to do this and being terrified, this is happening, I'm here, and then going through with it. But after that, when she's like, oh, I'm fully invested, I don't fucking care, I'm killing all these motherfuckers.
Except for Larry for the first time, where she gets all weirdly trepidatious.
Yeah, and it's
no.
oh wait, but this is my husband.
I can't
know
stand
too
to
much.
see
I
blood.
can't stand to see blood. No, I can't stand it. No.
And then
So I also found it very interesting, on my 12th watch through or whatever, how quickly that actor becomes good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it was pretty in a box. The first, I don't know, hour of the movie. That's the fun thing about this movie is Pinhead was never supposed to be, the Cenobites were never supposed to be the main characters.
Yeah, no.
It was a porn book,
Yeah.
basically.
And then sadomasochistic porn book based on...
Then they hired a really good makeup artist. But
Yes.
so the dad was, or what's his name?
The actor's name?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Oh,
Yeah,
hold on.
I was
Have it
trying
down.
to-
Andrew Robinson.
Yeah. So initially, he was kind of uninspiring, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. He's probably the worst
Completely
part of the whole
uninspiring.
fucking movie, probably.
Yeah.
To start
But
off.
then at the tail end of the movie, though,
Dude.
unbelievable.
Oh, does an amazing goddamn job. Just completely owns it in such a... Oh, man. It's really, really well done.
That's a testament to him just being able to flip that switch, like, because he's, Larry's this bland, just boring fucking guy.
Which he's supposed to be, which kind of gives you like more of a reason, kind of like okay, obviously Julia's bored because this guy's like the most milk toast.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just so just.
And I said before, but I'll credit him to be the psycho killer in Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Dirty Harry.
He's 100% just full tilt in that movie, and it's fun to see his range.
Well, so I can't imagine doing that movie. Like, if I had to be Larry,
Yeah.
then I would have to have Uncle Frank, like the guy who played Uncle Frank, read the lines for me first, and then do my best impression of him.
Which is kind of what they did, like with I don't want to talk about Harry Potter, but Harry Potter. That's what they did, like with the Polyjuice Potion. Like Helena Bonham Carter had Emma Watson do the lines first, and then she acted like that based on how she would do. Like
It was,
or was it the other way around?
well, it was Helena doing. She did it, and then Emma did it. Mocking her, and then Helena did it.
Her mocking
so it was
her.
3 steps down. Yeah. So
Yes.
she's playing 3 levels.
She's playing 3D chess.
Yeah.
My bad, dog.
No, you're good. You're good. It's durable. It's durable. That's what they're made for. These are made to be out in the field.
I tried to do it silently.
That's the podcast, dude.
These are made to be out in the field when you're like filming movies and shit.
Oh, well,
So
must be
they're
fucking nice.
yeah, they're durable.
Let's
Anyway, we got to wrap up this second bit. So I know
We got 2 more movies to watch.
Cole, I know you've got loads of more notes. So what do you want to finish on
okay, what do we want to finish on?
besides my chest?
Well, that was implied, and also I have terrible aim. It's going to go on your face. First of all, just the amount of fact that she's able to just like bring. No offense against Julia, but is she really that hot to where she's like get all those dudes?
I didn't think
fucking-
so. No.
So pretty much just like chop that up to like the power of boners.
Yeah.
I guess looking for an
Power
easy way.
shoulder pads, really.
Power shoulder pads, really.
Are
'Cause
you
that was the 80s.
fucking kidding?
Hi, Ghostly.
I'm gonna fucking. Anyways,
Otherwise, the nurse sucks. Why is she watching weird Heart Rose TV instead of explaining what happened to Kirsty? She sucks. The doctor sucks. Weird, fleshy, incestuous uncle dude warns about Cube with 80s light animations, and you fuck with it?
yeah, I tried to throw you the cube and you slapped it away from me.
Yeah, no, man, I'm not fucking touching that goddamn shit. I'm gonna fucking hit it. I've seen movies.
Also, let's have a moment of silence for how hot Ashley Lawrence is. Come on,
Dude.
Oh,
Ashley Lawrence, you are very beautiful, and you have always been beautiful, and you will stay beautiful. And
what did you think about the effects, though?
Oh, the effects
As
were
somebody who's
fantastic.
never seen it
No,
before?
those were really, really well. I mean, obviously, the age does show in a few of them. You're like, that's skin, okay.
Yeah.
But like even then, like it's still like really well done, and like like we talked about, like the blood seeping through the nails. Yeah. That was done in reverse. Actually, like that was. The effects are fantastic and super well done. Like I actually thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Like, and I'm excited to see the second one. I'm interested in the history. There's also a whole bunch of comic books, some written by Clive Barker, based on this, and I've got things to say.
I've been wanting to get Ash versus Freddy versus Jason versus Ash versus Pinhead.
Yes. Oh, dude. Yes.
Shit,
No.
like,
So my only last
that's my
note was,
shit.
and I did the now as of this recording, politically correct term. The unhoused guy was a thestral. Because he just grabs the cube and then turns it to pretty much the
was
the hobo. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, you call it a bum.
correct. Using the politically correct term.
I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit either.
Sorry, it's your podcast.
Let's no.
Forgive me.
I'm not cutting
see,
any
I
of
say
it out.
unhoused because that's what I'm supposed to say. But instead of working on proper nomenclature for that,
Yeah.
how about we just take care of them so we don't have to have that be a thing?
Yeah.
You're getting way too political right now. This
I'm
is a movie
sorry.
podcast.
I'm sorry.
Well, the way it ended, when he grows wings,
Yeah, it
and
just
flies
grows
the fuck
wing
away,
and flies off as like some sort of winged horse.
they clearly didn't expect even half a sequel,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and then they got 9.
and they made 10 of these things.
Yeah.
All right, so this is going to be the tail end of this portion of the podcast. And now we're going to go watch Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. This is probably the best rated Hellraiser movie. And in my opinion, probably one, like, that's number one. Like, Hellraiser
I'm out
2.
of glass, and he's correct.
Yeah, Hellraiser 2 is the best one. So feel free to stay with us as we continue this Hellraiser Marathon. This has been Cole-astic Cinema, and we're going to go watch it.
Allahu Akbar.
Cole?
That was a bad time to, considering the climate, probably a bad time for me to say that. huh?
Yeah, I'll cut it out. Cole,
Fuck you.
do your thing.
Are we queuing another ad?
Yeah, we're queuing the ads.
Repeat the ad!
All right, Kyle, what did you drink?
I drank a lot of Hunters, and I also had some tequila. But I also got to give a big shout out to what is now called the Hopkins IPA.
Ah, yes, the...
As far as I can call it, the NIPA.
the NIPA.
Mm-hmm.
The
Not
NIPA.
another IPA, not an IPA. Depending on how nerdy you are about beer, you know it's not an IPA, but it's got that hot punch you want.
It does.
We can get going now. Yeah.
Only here in Secure Data Studios can we get a doctor who's probably about 3 minutes away, actually.
An actual doctor. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen?
A doctor.
Ladies and gentlemen, in that beautiful triangle, or beautiful spectrum in between, excuse me, only here on Cole-astic Cinema in the...
Secure Data Studios.
You're going full Shatner there for a second. I thought you were going full Shatner.
No, I just forgot.
Here in the-
I just forgot where we were at for a second.
Secure Data Studios. We got it going on. We got a doctor.
We've got
here
an
to talk
actual.
about
Do you want some headphones?
Hellbound, Hellraiser 2.
The only
the
studio in town
headphones
with a
help?
grandfather clock.
They
grandfather
do.
clock.
They do for like
Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, Hell Harder.
There you go. They do for telling how loud you are. So
oh, okay.
yeah, like how loud you're talking. So you can see like how far away I'm talking from the microphone
Yeah.
and everything.
Okay.
So yeah,
I go about here.
yeah.
Is that?
I bring it close.
Testing.
There you-
testing.
There you go, right there.
I started talking louder the closer I got also to it, so I don't know if
Yeah,
that helps.
that's kind of like that is a
Testing. Ah,
Good.
it's right there.
that is kind of hard. Oh, okay, so we are here with an actual doctor to tell us how accurate the muscle and body makeup effects are in the Hellraiser movies. Doctor
Meacham.
Doctor.
We're
Nice.
not hired.
With the caveat, I am a doctor of physical therapy.
Nice
so,
to meet you.
You didn't have to say that.
No, they need to know. The
These
people
idiots are none the
people need
wiser.
to know.
But you did have to study anatomy and
No,
like,
I would
physiology and-
say of the medical professions, PTs and maybe our orthopedic surgeons and neurologists maybe have the best understanding of musculoskeletal anatomy out there. But Julia's body is rocking.
Big fuck to Julia, by the way.
Wait, Julia's Body? I thought...
Yeah.
Is that the
Fuck
movie with
Amazing.
Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried?
No.
Was that
What?
was
It's Jennifer's Body.
Yeah, no, I got the.
I got you.
I do bad jokes, all right?
Julia's dumbass
Julia's
body.
Okay.
dumbass Bobby?
Oh, yeah, her dumbass body.
Body.
With her
Julia's body or Julia's body. What? Sorry, I'm ruining the bit.
Like, I had a great dismount when I turned... Like,
No, I killed it. I'm cutting that out.
So
cut where I
should
sound
we?
brilliant.
Oh, the top doesn't. Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about how.
Into the side of the mic.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. So we're
Okay.
starting at the.
You can pull back a little bit now.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Starting at the top and working our way down. Starting on the bottom and working
Hell
our way
yeah.
up. That booty dough is lifting up her skirt. We did see a weird bone. Not sure what the ass bone was, but
Yeah, we had a
Thought it
weird
was a-
weird debate whether or not it was
Pussy lip or a bone?
Yeah, pussy lips or bone, but we couldn't really quite figure it out.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
matter how many times we watched it.
We did repeat it a couple times.
All I know is a bone is involved the entire time. May have not necessarily been hers, but there's definitely a bone.
There was a bone there.
Oh, there was
And
a
then-
bone, bud.
Also, we had a long conversation about how she has muscles in her boobs.
Yeah, the boobs definitely had some striations to them that were indicative of, I guess, like top to bottom muscle, which the pecs don't run that direction. So not a pec muscle, definitely a titty muscle on those. Boobs do not have muscle.
So
Sure do love a titty muscle.
how would you think, like, if she could flex that, how would that work?
Ooh, it would go, so origin of the muscle would be like your clavicle, I would imagine, so your collarbone, and then when you flex it, the bottom portion of the tit would elevate. So if we did have a titty muscle, no saggy boobs would ever be, well, people would exercise more. Is essentially, you know, you don't want saggy boobs, so you'd actually exercise, be a good motivator to get to the gym.
Interesting.
She was
Alright.
probably like exercising those tits while she was trapped wherever the fuck she was.
Yeah, trapped in the...
Julie didn't have time to go to the gym whilst she was.
She was just doing like the Terry Crews, like, muscle neck bump.
Terry loves yogurt. Terry loves muscly tits.
Yeah.
Definitely. I would say the best anatomical accuracy is the neck. Her neck,
Yeah.
when she's cold, she's walking in with the suit, the white suit on. They very distinctly have all the hyoid muscles connected to the hyoid bone, and then you can see the sternocleidomastoid going up and down across the side of the neck. And it moves with her just enough to where it looks slightly real. But yeah, that would be my, like, that was the top notch part.
Yeah, and we were talking about it earlier, mainly you were talking about it, how, like, the next level would be if when, you know, she was moving, the actual muscles were contracting and the other one contracting and retracting with her actual movements.
That would be the next level of cool, is having the muscles actually contracting and relaxing as the body is moving. You can see the muscle pulling the bones in the direction it actually goes. That would be next level for sure.
Yeah.
Too much.
Cole doesn't like.
I don't need to see that.
You don't like to think.
I don't
Have you done the freak out when you realize that the bones in your forearm twist over each other when you move them?
Yes, I have done that. I take psychedelics frequently and do get quite just like creeped out by my own goddamn body. Like, what the?
You ever just stare at your hands?
Yes, I've been at bars, drunk off my ass, staring at my hands, like, hey, we're gonna call you a taxi. It's like, but like, it's just like weird though. Like, we just went full in on that. Other animals can run fast and got claws. We're like, nah,
I wish
hands.
we had a box here.
All right. So that was Hellraiser 2, and what did you think, Cole? That versus the first one.
I don't know if it's necessarily as good as the first one. It was definitely enjoyable. Definitely continued the story a little bit, but I'm still baffled. So, okay, here's my theory: is Frank gives that good D. He got that good pull,
He does have that good D.
and apparently Julia got that good V. Like, she just got that coochie could fall asleep.
Apparently, she's a fucking flirtatious master.
Apparently, she's just able to draw in anybody and everybody. Like, she appears as a fucking skin
Julia didn't
monster.
fuck in that movie.
No, she didn't have to.
single time.
That's how good she is. She just like came up as a skin monster and made out with a dude, and he's like, "All right, cool, let's just go full ham on."
Skinless monster.
It's just gross, and nasty.
That might be your intro.
Real cunt.
But yeah, apparently she
She got that good V, man. Apparently, like she just like got that vibe where
Well,
you're
nobody would know besides Frank and maybe her husband. Maybe
I doubt Larry. No, I
yeah,
don't.
maybe
I think-
Larry
I think
never
that's
even
the
got
problem,
to lay.
and why Larry was such a square is he did not know the depths, and the depravity of that V, and that's the whole problem.
The whole problem, the whole thing was Dr. Chenard had never fucked.
Yeah,
He's never fucked.
He's also, in my opinion, a Nazi
Nazi
sympathizer
incel? Yeah.
scientist.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He's like Goebbels, but with less pussy.
That's going to be your intro.
Tell me I'm wrong, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
I dare you to tell me I'm wrong. Dr. Chenard, Goebbels with less pussy. Because there was just enough oversight. All right, now it's getting weird.
But you can
Guess I'll
see
eat
how
some of this fiberglass.
you can see how the first one and the second one are like that's the book, like that's the
Yeah.
whole book.
Yeah.
Yeah, like from the beginning of the movie, I noticed for the first time there's like almost zero, like this much time has passed. No, there's like a day
Yeah,
passed.
it's like-
Yeah. She's instantly
24 hours
in the
later.
hospital
Yeah.
after the first movie.
Yeah.
And I do like that, watching them in succession. That was cool. That's the first time I've done that. So, the next one we are watching is the 2022 Hellraiser movie.
Because we don't have 6 more hours.
No, we can't. This is as much as a marathon as we can do, and that's all right with me as long as we watch the first two. And we're watching the 3 best ones.
We can't say that because we're omitting the third movie, which is very good.
God damn it, you're right.
I know.
The third movie is good.
Here's the thing: I'm willing to omit it because the 2022 Hellraiser is so good.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, the only
In
one
fact,
we're gonna
hot
miss
take?
out.
Omit the second movie. We should have gone 1-3-22.
Really?
Hot take.
Ooh,
Hot take.
Okay.
Spicy.
Cole wouldn't have understood
I'm
the
a
start.
spicy boy.
I don't understand shit.
He wouldn't have understood the start of the third one because it starts with Pinhead in the
Yeah,
the thing
In
he-
the post.
Yeah, the post, like how the rotating
Yeah,
thing at the end of
little-
this one.
yeah.
That's
That-
where
that
he
fun-
starts.
Like
at.
that fun little nightmare diorama done by.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
Just
we're in a pretty
rotating.
shitty position because the first 3 are incredible, but the most recent one is the most digestible Hellraiser movie, I think.
and it also
But you can't see the third one without seeing the first 2.
right, and the most recent one also is so much more in the vein of like the first 2. Like the
Yeah.
Cenobites aren't the focus; they're not the story. And that's kind of where it's always been, or that's where the story should be. And I feel like after maybe the third one's a little bit more in the vein of all the other sequels, where they play that up, where the Cenobites are more the focus instead of the people that find the box. And yeah, but the third movie is
Not
where
gonna
you get
spoil
the you get the third movie. You get Jesus Christ, not quite,
Not quite.
and then you also
What a
get
great line, by the way.
That is a soft. I mean, seeing the delivery. That's just hearing it. That's a fucking goddamn solid line.
and then you get Pinhead taking pins out of his head, stabbing his hands.
This is my body.
Or no, yeah, he stabs him. He's like, "I am
I
the
am
way."
the way.
All right, okay, hot take. Those aren't pins.
They're
Those
not-
are nails.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's nail head.
yeah.
Those are not pins.
No, that's
I've done
The
sewing.
2022 one is pins. It's different.
It's different.
they are pins.
Because like
They make-
clearly, like on this motherfucker's face, them is nails. I've done quilting. I was Mormon. I made a quilt. There's a difference between pins and nails, baby.
Damn, the Mormons
they-
really have checked us on the Hellraiser movies. And I never expected that to happen to me in my life.
Well,
and I have to go take a walk. I gotta go take a lap.
They did do pins, but they didn't show up on film. They were too thin.
Yeah,
So
'cause they're bitty.
they did pins, and then they what was it? They had hollowed out nails.
Yeah, they had
that
hollowed
put
out nails
on
that they
top
had
of
to custom make pearl heads for. Here's a funny thing about Hellraiser. On, I believe, multiple occasions, after the third movie, at least, I think it was at least one, but I think 2 makeup artists became directors on subsequent movies.
Oh.
Yeah,
which is very interesting. And to be fair, after the third movie, it got tough. But
I do
they
like.
still got Doug Bradley to stick around.
Yeah,
So,
I do like Hellraiser in space.
yeah, it had Adam Scott, dude.
Yeah,
Adam
what?
Scott was
Yeah.
Adam Scott's in that movie.
What?
For
Adam
sure.
Scott's in Hellraiser 4.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What? Ben from Parks and Rec?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, he plays.
Hold on. It's just like, okay, so there's.
He plays
It's a
Ben
Hellraiser.
Lamarchand.
He plays Jacques.
Jacques. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's
Jacques.
Jacques.
Talking about
Lamarchand.
calzones. Talking about calzones and Pinhead.
Merchant.
Yeah, so you got. Excuse me. You got Adam Scott, baby Henry Cavill. Who else is in Hellraiser movies?
Doug Bradley.
Well, yeah.
Wait, was that who? Wait, really?
I'm just letting you know.
Holy shit! That explains so much.
Hourglass.
John Turturro's brother.
Ben
I don't remember.
Juan Turturro.
I don't remember his first
The
name, but
Jesus.
he played he was in The Longest Yard with the Adam Sandler Longest Yard. He played Brucey.
That's John Turturro's brother?
Yeah,
The fuck?
he's
Get the
he's
fuck
in,
out of here.
Yeah, he's
Shut
in
your
That
fucking
popcorn,
mouth.
so my fingers are greasy.
he's in Hellraiser.
That guy?
Yeah, he's in Hellraiser Noir.
Yes, he is. He's
Yeah,
a cop.
that's
just
John-
like he's a cop in Black Klansman.
Yeah, that's John Turturro's brother.
Which is funny because he plays a white supremacist in Black Klansman.
How the fuck?
But
I know.
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
oh, is this like a riff on the Chappelle bit where he's actually blind the entire time?
No. He's just doing it.
Oh, he can see and is aware of what's going on.
Oh, okay, and then Hellraiser, Jacob's Ladder Hellraiser 6 for no, that's
Hellraiser 6.
Hellraiser 6 for those of you keeping track at home.
They're all Hellraiser 6.
The main character is the Allstate Mayhem guy.
Oh, fucking,
Holy shit.
really?
Yeah.
You're
What?
right.
Yeah. The main character is the Allstate Mayhem guy.
You mean the former boyfriend of Tina Fey in 30 Rock?
Well, to be
I've
fair,
never seen 30 Rock.
I watched that just out of my mind on goddamn painkillers after taking a forklift
Well,
to the ankle.
Is that the Allstate Mayhem guy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like
Then
mayhem,
okay,
like me.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the main character in Hellraiser 6.
he is.
Wow.
All right.
I forgot that.
So,
Fuck.
I can't think of anybody super famous from UK Metro Hellraiser.
Yeah, because there wasn't anyone.
I don't think there was.
But there were several moments in the last one we watched that I want to isolate and make my ringtone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Ah!
And like all that dude had to do was yell. And then it made a cool noise and I'm like, hell yeah, dude.
His fucking vibrato. Oh, is so good.
It's like he put his wife's vibrator directly under his neck and
Would make sense for the movie.
sounded like a lightsaber, you know what I mean?
Mom, I found your lightsaber. What? Damn. All right, where are we at? 17 minutes. All right, cool. We're going to go watch Hellraiser 2022, which is honestly, for how long this franchise has been running, 1987. This is one of the best entries in this series of movies. So if there are any movies you are going to watch, it would be the first one, the second one, the third one, and the 2022 movie. And it's not a remake, it's a reboot, in the sense where it's kind of a reboot, but it's kind of like its own thing, because Pinhead has always been its own thing, the puzzle box has always been its own thing. It's more of the idea of Hellraiser, which makes more sense.
Yeah. Like, this was the only Hellraiser movie since the second one. I can hear the dogs getting into some shit upstairs, and I want to tear Gus's head off his shoulders and feed him to the Cenobites right now.
Probably eating the pizza.
Oh,
It's
shit.
not the pins.
We love
Again?
What I do that defines me.
I think
If he does that, I'm going to leave him on the side of the highway in Idaho,
No,
just the
people
same
are gonna
way.
Get on top of them for. You're gonna have to cut that animal abuse.
Oh, you're gonna have to cut that.
No, we did Gatka 3. It's okay. We're very pro animal abuse.
We are very well. Hang on,
If he ate the pizza,
dude. We left it on the table, didn't
no, we didn't. I put it back, way back on the stove,
we? Oh, okay.
in order for him to not eat it. And if he ate it,
When we come back, we'll watch the Hellraiser 2022 remake, and we'll find out if they're down to 1 dog or they still have 2.
I have too many guns.
All right, Cole, do your thing.
Cue the ads!
How about that Hopkins merch?
Hey, I was rocking the flannel today when I showed up.
No, I always have my flannel out in the winter
You
seasons.
want a
They've got
sweater that's going to show off your girlfriend's underboob?
Hopkins. Has got you. And they've also got great beanies, great hats, great T-shirts, and it's just fantastic. They've got just the most fantastic merch.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm
let's
bad
see,
at
we're
plugs, sorry.
okay. I
We
think
can't keep the underboob thing in. That's bad, huh? That's not. That's
No,
not
no,
good.
that's
keeping it in.
no, dude. We've talked about fucking foot fetishism and like porn being better now than it was. Like, dude, like trust us. Like a bit of underboob. This is like the PG-13 version of our normal fucking podcast. Total recall.
And there you have it.
Well, that's
That is,
torture.
that was 3 whole Hellraiser movies in one run, and that those of you keeping track at home, that is a marathon for us for drinking and being able to watch movies. So, Cole, thoughts?
First thought. Fuck, am I tired?
Yeah.
Honestly,
I got up at 2.
this was all really, really, really good.
Yeah, KG's been up
Oh,
for
yeah, no.
like
Oh yeah, no,
almost
not to-
24
yeah,
hours.
No, not to
No,
diminish.
I'm also tired.
Not to diminish that.
Yeah.
Not to diminish
It's
that.
okay to be tired.
But oh my god, like not just like physically, but I'm also just mentally exhausted.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Just,
Well, it's unique to you because you've watched all those
yeah, all
movies
these
for the first time.
in one go.
And I believe by definition they are psychological thrillers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
believe-
what the Amazon tags were. I think were like psychological, eerie, cerebral.
Yeah. I've seen these movies 100 times.
Yeah, and I'm on my
So it's much easier for me.
I'm on my 50th time compared to KG.
God damn, that's just a. Yeah, no, it's definitely cerebral and psychological. My mind was going the entire time.
So we cannot go any further without giving away what we saw for the first time together.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that?
In the very
We
beginning.
were being secretive. So in the very beginning, there's a scene where they look into a hallway. And
Spoilers,
Trevor-
spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Why don't you go ahead and log the fuck off? Alright? If you don't like spoilers,
Yeah.
you're about to get fucking spoiled right
Yeah,
in the
go watch the 2022 Hellraiser right now and
Yeah.
come back.
Because this one would have been I never realized it. This is my not going to mention which watch through it is.
Most
In
likely
the
10th.
one of the very first scenes, when the very pretty man is at the mansion having a drink with the Serbian lady, Trevor walks past in the background.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah,
That's who
that's
it
why
was.
we kept
Was
watching
that why
back. Yeah.
No
That's
shit.
why I freaked out because I hadn't noticed it. This is my first time noticing it.
Yeah.
Holy
He
shit.
walks by.
Yeah, he walks
That's
by
why-
with some whore.
That's why I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fuck me.
Yeah.
Right, makes a lot more sense now, huh?
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh man, that really helps with the little twist right there at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. God damn. No, these were really, really, really. Like, I see why you like them. These are really well done. Really make you think a lot.
They're kind of slow burns too, which
definitely-
I always appreciate a slow burn.
I appreciate, especially with the 2022 remake, because
Yeah.
that's kind of hard to do now to like keep the slow burn going. So I kind
Yeah.
of really appreciate that.
Oh, that was something I was going to bring up earlier that that we talked about, the slow burn. Slow burns are coming back in
Yeah.
horror,
Yeah.
and I really, really love it. I really appreciate it.
Horror definitely gains a lot from a slow burn. Like you can't do like a slow. You probably could do a slow burn comic book movie, but
Yeah.
You'd have to make a series out
it
of
has
it.
to be a series out of
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
we'll just do like a 2-hour movie, slow burn. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. It was
Well, it was one of the more, in my opinion, one of the more true to the book types of movies.
yeah.
Because in the books, the Hell Priest, which was Pinhead's original name, is genderless.
Yeah, genderless, a bit more feminine, which is what I was reading. And then apparently in the comic books that went in 2011, Clive Barker did a continuation off of that, and he made it so where Christie pretty much takes over for Pinhead.
Yeah.
So which really ties more into the now current one, which
Yeah.
makes it a lot more true, which is really, really cool.
Also, Jamie Clayton, if you're listening,
We know you are.
get in my mouth.
And big shout out to Jamie Clayton. You
she was
fucking crushed it.
intensely good.
God, like just the like stoic, like, but also just like knowing everything was going on, like not worried about a single fucking thing. So, I mean, obviously slowly approaching everything because everything she was wearing was incredibly fucking heavy.
Yeah.
But just able to deliver it in a way where it's like not worried about anything, like just like constantly in control and not worried about the situation.
Another thing that I really liked about the new one is they're not wearing leather anymore.
Yeah.
Their suits are made out of their skin.
Yeah.
And that
That was
such a cool take on that.
that was a treat, if that's a weird word, like a weird word to use.
It's good. It is
like,
a treat.
It's like, okay, a little less leather, a little bit more. Oh my god.
Yeah, so like one of the behind the scenes things I was watching was apparently like, look, everybody's got a budget, and heaters weren't in it, and this whole thing was filmed in Belgrade,
Yeah.
and in the winter, and so they were wearing a bunch of corn syrup, and they were all standing out in front of that mansion, which apparently is like some big important mansion in Belgrade, freezing their goddamn asses off.
Yeah.
And so a bunch of the characters were like, the only thing we can do is dance, because they were all, most of them were Serbian, and then there was Jamie, you know.
Yeah.
And so like they would just be dancing in makeup to stay warm.
I'd much rather have that than them just standing. Just show me a bunch of Cenobites just dancing.
Also makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense
give me a
seeing
heater.
as much of Riley's nipples as we saw.
Ooh yeah.
It's just really cold. Really cold. in Belgrade.
Shout out to Riley.
Shout out to
Born in
Riley.
2000.
All right, now it's weird.
Gotta make it weird. Yeah. Damn it! I had another point, but I.
Oh, the tow truck
Oh, the tow
was
truck.
a throwback
yeah.
to the third movie.
I did recognize some
I don't-
throwbacks, like "What's Your Pleasure, Ma'am?" or
Yeah, like the lines really did
yeah,
it for
the
me.
lines.
I don't remember what part in the third movie.
In the third movie, there's a tow truck that does something very similar, but I think they were trying to like pull the doors off the club. I'm wrong about this. Actually, that's not what happened.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't remember that.
It's a throwback to something. I can't remember what it was. I've been drinking all day.
But it's a good throwback. Leave it in the comments section if you guys remember.
Well, it's a what do they call it? A
Homage? No.
no,
fan service.
Callback.
it's a tell with the chains dragging behind the tow truck.
Oh, when they're all like
Foreshadowing.
foreshadowing, when
Yeah,
it's all
that's good.
sparky and pulling.
Yeah, it is good foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. Oh god, if you can't tell, we're all just exhausted. We've been watching Hellraiser since 3:00, and it is currently stupid. So
It's a time.
It's definitely a time. It's now the next day.
Which one was your favorite one, Cole?
Oh fuck. Shit. Honestly, I think the first one probably.
Yeah?
If I'm being honest, like that was just really well done, good slow burn, and fuck Julia. I get it now.
yeah,
Fuck that bitch.
yeah, you
She
get it.
sucks so much,
Yeah.
dude.
My God, just what a vapid bitch. The first one was really, really good, especially with like the practical effects. Some of the CG in this remake kind of took me on a little bit
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
it's very minimal, but
it's
when
minimal, but like
when you notice it, you notice
yeah.
it.
Whereas with the first one, you're like, oh man, the budget is showing, and this is awesome.
Yeah.
So the first one was a lot of fun. Although between Doug and Jamie, oh man,
It's a good argument. They're the best two out of the four.
Yeah, out of the four that
played.
did that, like,
Yeah.
just I probably still go with the first one. The first one was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. This remake was really cool. I like what they did with everything. I kind of feel like I might have been missing out on a few things having not watched the previous 79 films.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but also, yeah, this one was like really well done. But I kind of like a bit more of the ground, like, I don't necessarily grounded, but like more just compactness. That was like the first and second one.
Yeah.
Where this remake's very much tapping into like a much broader universe.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite out of all of them? KG.
Fuck you for asking me that.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fair.
It'll change at some point, but right now the remake is my favorite one. Right now.
That tracks.
I mean, look, you can't. The time and place of the first movie, like, you can't beat that. Like, it's never.
Yeah.
Like it's almost. I mean, for what it is, it's mostly practical.
Mm.
I mean, the visual effects are very clearly visual effects, and it was made by a bunch of starving artists
Yeah.
for no money, basically. And like, we have Doug Bradley for it, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But like, I suppose it's recency bias for me with the new one. I'll probably go back to one of the three first films eventually.
Yeah.
Will almost certainly end up being my favorite. But right now, man, I like, you just have to give all of it to.
Well, especially since that remake was done
to
like in the
remake,
middle
yeah.
of fucking like COVID and everything too. So like,
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
so it kind of was able to capture that limited budget that they had for the first one. It's like, there's only so much we can do.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's right in the middle of fucking COVID.
Yeah.
Like,
God damn it, it was so good. And they find him. So I want to hear everybody's opinion. What was the main character in the remake? Who was the main character?
oh
It was Riley.
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Was Riley the main character though?
Yeah. She's the
Wasn't any of the Cenobites,
she's,
that's for sure.
she's the protagonist for sure.
I mean, I guess yeah, it's definitely a protagonist, but I don't know. It also focused a lot on fucking Roland Voight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I can see
with him
him
barely
being
being
the
there.
main character, but Riley's the protagonist.
protagonist. Yeah, but it's definitely kind of weirdly built around him, which is also kind of cool.
Yeah.
Which I kind of really liked about that. Oh man, actually, man, I might like the remake more. Actually,
It's a tough decision.
I'm gonna need to sleep on it.
The box was the main character.
Oh god
box.
damn it. Yeah, no.
An
you're
inanimate
right.
object was the main character.
You're right.
I think.
No,
True, it was.
You saw more shots of that thing than you saw of any. Well, at
You
least
are-
as many.
You are following the box. It's the box's journey.
Yeah.
It's the box's journey. It's like the hero's journey, but it's
Yeah.
the box.
Yeah. I would
So-
say my favorite Hellraiser is Revelations. I love the look on your face.
What look?
Those of you keeping track at home, Revelations is the worst one.
It's dog shit.
It's so bad.
Dimension made it so they could keep the
Just keep the rights.
They literally
So they could
just
keep the
made it
rights.
so they could keep the rights.
They hired a
It's
guy who looked
bad.
like me to play Pinhead,
Yeah.
and I have too many chins to play Pinhead.
He has more chins than a Chinese phone book.
They had to add pins to his chins.
Yeah.
Pins to his chins.
Anyway, I in all reality, I think the one I actually really like watching is the fourth one, for whatever reason.
Hellraiser in space.
Yeah, Hellraiser in space,
There's a lot of brutal like kills in that too.
and it
And
like
it has Adam Scott.
it explains the origin of the box
Yeah.
and everything. I don't know why, but that one I like Hellraiser in space. I think that's a fun entry.
So apparently they tapped Doug Bradley for Revelations too, and he was like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, I can see that.
And they tapped him for the next one, and he was like, "Neither of these have anything to offer the franchise," so he didn't do it.
Yeah.
And then I guess they didn't really tap him for the newest one but he seemed happy they didn't. Well, not happy that not. He wasn't happy they didn't, I'm sure, but he was happy with the way it turned out. And if you get his,
from what I read, like he gave like very much gave props to Jamie on her like performance and everything like that, and also he didn't want to tarnish the legacy he had built with the character, which I admire the hell out of. That's like like you could easily just take the paycheck, but he's like, he's like, I've fucking built something here, and I'm not going to ruin it with you guys' bullshit movies, or like a gratuitous lame fucking cameo. Where I'm just going to just show up in the background for all the fucking nerds, like, oh, dude,
there he is.
I found him. It's right there. It's so tied together.
From what I understand, like his attitude towards it was like, if you're going to tap me for this, we're going to have to go with we're going to have to park in the lane of pain is tired and old, because I'm old.
Yeah. So yeah, this has been the Hellraiser Marathon.
No. What's the full name?
Oh, dude, it's the Hellraiser Halloween Havoc Hullabaloo Holy Hell Harryshausen and
Configuration, Domination, Animation.
It is a name for sure, and send-offs. What do you guys got?
Final thoughts. This is awesome. A lot better than a Serbian film, and a lot better than Phantom.
Most things are better than the Serbian film.
Apparently not the Phantom, because that's what apparently you show the Phantom and you have to be show.
Look, this bordered on torture porn.
Just a nice guy trying to make a nice podcast.
I told you, don't fuck with me. Don't show me shit like that.
You asked for a bad movie, and I delivered, and then I get punished for it, and this is bullshit, and this is a great way.
Cole, I told you, don't show me shit like that.
A gauntlet was laid down. A challenge was issued.
Had been laid.
Had been laid.
Lane?
Laned.
Lane.
Had been Nathan Laned. And
Nathan Laid.
No, this was
Hell yeah, dude, I love that.
Yeah, but no. Final thoughts.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Fuck my ass, I am gay. Hakuna Matata. I'm still fucking gay. It means suck dickin'. Because I am gay.
Yeah, sing it, kid.
All right. Closing thoughts.
Yeah, closing thoughts. This was awesome. These were like really, really good. I'm curious to check out the other ones up to a certain point. I'll probably check out the third. I don't know if I'll go beyond that.
Definitely check out the third and the fourth.
You got Adam Scott, man.
Yeah.
Sure, and I love me some Adam Scott.
As a boy.
Young,
As a little
boy Adam
baby
Scott.
He plays a French dude named Jacques.
Which just sounds fucking insane.
In the cheesiest wig you've ever seen.
He doesn't try
I can only imagine there's only way that he can make it cheesy. It's Adam fucking Scott, right? He's got like he's got like three modes.
Makes no effort to do an accent.
No, he's just clearly American.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll probably go that far. Like, these were good. I'd probably go the fourth. I might also want to check out Baby Cavill. Even though I'm pretty sure the movie
that one it's okay. It's just okay.
I mostly just want the Baby Cavill.
Yeah,
that one sucks so fucking much.
Yeah,
they turned Pinhead into kind of a slasher at one point, and that's gross.
Well, the twist at the end of Hellworld almost saved it. If they would have kept it like
they would have killed everybody.
Yeah. If they would have killed everybody and kept it, that's the end. But no, they had to tack on the happy fucking ending. If they didn't tack on the happy ending, the twist would have saved it.
Fucking New Dimension, New World, whatever the fuck the
studio
is.
New Line,
suck my fucking dick. Line.com /
KG, final thoughts.
I guess you got them. Like, I love these movies, man. Like, I saw the first Hellraiser when I was entirely too young to see it, and I guess it stuck with me. Hit me up, Jamie Clayton.
Final thoughts. Hit me up, Jamie Clayton.
Plug Jamie Clayton. Plug Jamie Clayton in the comments.
You can plug me.
I'd let her plug me too.
As long as she did the voice.
Ooh, yes. As long as she had such sights to show me.
All right. This has been Cole-astic Cinema. Thank you for listening, and thank you again, KG, for guest starring.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming over and watching 3 fucking movies. That was a day.
God damn.
It was a fun day. All right. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Hail Satan.